My son bought me this lovely advent calendar. The design is by William Morris, and the original image was like a monochrome design, and this is a modern interpretation using these vibrant colours of the sunflower and the swan design. And it's a beautiful box with a velvet ribbon, and I'll just show you some of the items that were inside. So for example, on the first day, oh dear, I can't get it out. So this is a citronella grass hand cream. Can't read the back of it there. I think it's Heathcote and Ivory made the products. So that's in there. And in this one, there were some bath salts. Some of the other items include a foam bath, green Davana, and this one is a Beautiful Sleep Pulse Point oil. So Pulse Point oil, and there's a little bath bomb. And on the back it shows you what's inside the advent calendar. But for me, it's not really about the products inside. For me, being like appreciating design, say, I just love this design on here, and I find it just so inspiring, the shapes of the leaves and the flowers, and yeah, just love it. I've not done much in the way of painting these last few months, but I have still been trying to be creative. So I went back to making a rag rug. I've made a rag rug before, a raggy rag rug. That's it, raggy rag rug. And yeah, these are very simple to do. And this is what it looks like on the back. And it's just these short pieces of fabric. I'll just try and demonstrate one here if I can. So you go a few threads along from where the last piece of fabric was put in. You go under a few threads, and you get your strip fabric, and just pull it halfway through. That's it. So that would be the back of it there. And as you put more and more pieces of fabric in, the threads bond together, so you can't pull out, they don't come out. Well, you could tug them out, you could pull them out if you wanted to, but generally they stay in place. And the way you get consistent strips is you cut lengths of fabric about the width of this tool I've got here. So about that width. And then what you do is put that at the top there and wrap this quite tight around this wooden tool. And then you get your scissors, nice sharp ones, and cut up through the middle like so. And then you've got the correct length pieces of fabric. I think there's always one that's not quite long enough, the beginning bit or something. But anyway, so I'll discard that bit. Yeah, so that's quite an enjoyable thing to do sometimes, just choosing the fabric, cutting the strips, winding it round this tool. And then in the evenings, for about an hour or so, I'll sit here and I'll just listen to the radio or music, and then I just make this rag rug. And I'm quite pleased. It's going to be very random. There's no pattern or plan. It'll just be randomly put in the fabric where I feel the desire to do so. I've got this little book of favourite Christmas recipes, so I might make something from here this year. And I like the sound of this one. Carol singing pepper cake. It says, in Yorkshire, these spicy cakes were traditionally given to carol singers at Christmas. Cakes such as this were known as pepper cakes, not because they contained pepper, but because the spices were imported from the east, where lands were known collectively as the pepper countries. So that sounds quite nice. And we've got stained glass window biscuits, jewelled shortbread, and white Christmas candy using Rice Krispies, coconut, dried fruit glacé cherries, chocolate rum truffles with chocolate double cream, dark rum. They sound nice. And what else? Oh, this is the one I fancy making. These are rum butter tarts. These delicious spicy fruit tarts make a change from the usual mince pies. And they've got short crust pastry, apricots, raisins, dark rum butter, dark brown sugar, egg, almonds, cinnamon, nutmeg and cloves. So, well, if I ever get a chance, I'll probably try and make those. And iced Christmas pudding. Now, what's that one about? Oh, that sounds nice. A cold and creamy alternative for those who find the rich traditional Christmas pudding too heavy after Christmas turkey or goose. Yeah. So that's a nice little book. I know that my channel's meant to be an art channel, and I've not really been doing much in the way of art this year, but I'd like to show you designs and other people's artwork, so hopefully you can get some inspiration from that. And for example, this is vintage wrapping paper that I bought a while back. I think it's from the 1970s, and I actually remember paper like this when I was growing up. This is really good quality though. It's quite thick. It'd be great for decoupage, but there's just so much inspiration in this design, from the black background to the characters to the shapes. These stained glass windows, I find those quite inspiring, and maybe I could make some art by being inspired by these, some abstract art. And then we've got these trees, very simplified, with the baubles, and then you've got the choir boys and girls singing, and the suggestion of an abstract candle there. And then this bit here, and all the dots. I love it. As I say, I'm very influenced by design and of how things look. In fact, when I did an art class, the art teacher there, when he used to look at my work, he said that I'm a designer, not an artist, which I took as an insult at the time, but it's really not, because I understand what he means now. I don't like, I can't say don't like, but I like things to be what I perceive to be beautiful. That's it. So I am very much influenced by design and about the way things look and about the way they make me feel. So hopefully this paper here might give you some ideas for making art.